Okay, here I am again. Last time I was mucking around with the tweens, but I worked it out this time. So let me show the code. It was the tween for getting those pop-ups to happen as text in the invisible coin, essentially. So before I had this piece of code, but the problem with tweens is that once you've started creating them, they actually self-destruct at the end of the line. So I needed to put it in the actual movement that I have here. I did that, and I also made one for the in between the legs, a tweener, which is unrelated to the tween. Just looking at my notes for things I did since last time. I fixed the person animating by just re-importing, and when I did the re-import, I actually made the animation enabled during the time of import. I was just using the default options and clicking import without actually checking all of the components of the import. Here you can see I've started trying to make the object bumpable by drawing a box around the man, but I don't think I'm going to go ahead with that. I think maybe I'll just make a box around the torso, because I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. Not a priority at the moment. The other thing I did since last stream, off stream, is, as I just mentioned, I made essentially what is a copy of this tight squeeze and called it a tweener. And this is my second attempt at it. There's some text here, but it is scaled down to nothing at the moment, because as part of the so the scale is 0, so it has no depth at the moment. Just the text has no dimensions, but as part of the code, it actually expands to the scale of 3 over half a second. So what I want to do today is resize the world around it, because I've got this giant person which is sort of appropriate size to the basketball, and I can resize the backgrounds. I got new buildings. I got a new building pack, as well as some new humanoids, but don't really love how they look. But I got, the ultimate building pack from a site called, let me look it up. Ultimate textured building pack. Quaternius. Just open it up here. This building pack looks pretty good. I think I can add my own textures and stuff like that, which will be nice, a bit more variety than what I have, but that's not the priority right now. I want to show you the game and where it is, and please appreciate the pop-up texts that happen through each of the points, and they add to the score as well. So I had the guy walk through the paths to collect the tweener score. We've also got this one here, which I'm happy with. Another one in here. And this box I made a bit lighter because it's more fun to move it around. There might be another one here. No, there's not. But I can now essentially add them wherever. I also made the ball more strict about when it's on the ground for bouncing. So before, I was able to kind of keep jumping up even when the ball's in midair. But now it's quite strict about being close to the ground But if you time it right, you can still get a really good bounce for about 3 big bounces. And then it will stop bouncing. Now my human character should be nearly back again because he's just following a path over and over. He walks around the back of here, and I can't go through the legs again because I killed the points that are there. So the other thing with resizing the buildings that I tried to do, I tried to select all the buildings and then resize them to 250%. That was a disaster. They all overlapped each other, sort of as expected. It was a bit of a disaster. So I want to be more thoughtful about resizing them now. Starting left to right. It's going to mess up my floor as well unless I can snap to the floor. Okay, so it's snapping too high to the floor. So I really need to work out the position that it is. So that's the X position. Okay, so that's selected the polygon, see? I do not want that. I want to actually select the parent building. So I'm going to undo that movement that I just did. And I only want this building to start with. And I'm going to scale it to 2.5. And I'll move it back. Now, if I can find the perfect height for this, I can just remember it and put it in for all the other buildings. And really, it's not going to matter in the end because I'm going to disable the movement that direction for the ball. So the y is negative 1.47. Let's try 1.15. Okay. 0.16, too far. 0.14, not far enough. 0.15, I'm happy with that. I can manually work out the rest of it. And maybe this is a good time for me to try my other buildings. So I would need to delete these anyway. I do have an old backup of this level in case something goes horribly wrong. But if I play this now, we can actually see that the ball and the person is much better according to the size. Like he would be able to walk in that door. And this would be a basketball that, you know, sort of comes up above your ankle if you're a human. Pretty good. So what I'll do, I'm going to delete these tight squeezes because I'm happy with how they work. And I'm going to start building the level. And the car I don't need in at the moment either. And the box, let's get rid of it. But we'll remember that we have a working box. That is it. There's nothing else too interesting around here. Delete more of those. I want the path to remain. He walks all the way down the block and back again. I might draw another path. I did experiment with the path walking more strictly back and forth, which was pretty good. The lamps are going to be kind of outrageous. Back wall has to stay, ground has to stay. As I said, probably a good time to bring in the textured buildings as objects. I'm going to delete all the buildings. Buildings don't have any smarts to them at the moment. Okay. Time to bring in objects. And it looks terrible. Textured models. Finished textured buildings. Okay, still not great. Textures, blue. Oh, I can colour it. I can colour each one. Okay. Cool. All right. That's great. Now, sizing. Yep, he would walk in there and be able to look through the window. Okay. Let's put in some random buildings. Two-story double. Would be good if I could auto resize them. What did I call it? 1.37. Let's try 1.5. Bit too big, isn't it? 1.3. Yeah, close. Yeah. Is that enough of a difference to worry about? Yeah, I think so. These should all be on the same scale now. Kind of like the cartoony buildings better. Yeah, that's better. Yellow. Yeah, there's some yellows. The greens. The blue is good. That one's so dark. Why is the roof on that so dark? Looks like I get a lot of options that I'm not too sure about. Let's have a look in game. This would be, I feel like this is going to be way better for a different level completely. This could be better. This should be those cartoony buildings, the ones that I had before. You see that little double jump there? That was much easier to pull off before. Whoa, that guy's walking in the air. And then down again. Let's fix that. And I'll demonstrate how I made the path before. So all that's going to be is selecting this node, select point, transform, snap object floor. Oh, and I right clicked and deleted it. Okay. What's this? I could draw a better path. But I'm getting distracted. I just don't like these buildings. Not for this. They're fantastic, but they're not it for this. So let's go back to the ones we had before, which was in add-ons, city builder bits, objects. Okay. Then I can make benches and boxes and stuff along the way. Building A, let's transform it. 2.5 size. Yep. And then I believe it was negative 0.14. Or 0.15. Yep. Not that one. All right, building B. Oh, okay, so I can remember negative 2.5, and I'm not going to make these collidable. We don't need that. So it's 2.5 and negative 0.15. Negative 2.5 and negative 0.15. Negative 0.15. Negative 2.5. Negative 2.5. Look at that. Lines up. Great. Copy, paste. Did it go right over the top? Nope. Copy, paste. let me, it'd be good if we could just make folders of nodes, but I'm just going to call it buildings. Or do I add a new node? Buildings, and then reparent this to city, and then building A. Put everything under buildings. Oh, it's 2.5 to the scale of this now. I can line them all up after. What? They have a building of a position of 0 now. Negative 2.5. Negative point. What? This is so weird. Working in 3D is hard. Once we get on a roll, it'll be fine. Oh, this guy's in the ground. Okay. Whoops, he's just snapped without his stuff. Okay, so maybe I need to snap. This is the stuff. This is the problems I started having when I was trying to just scale everything up all at once. So if I snap everything to the floor, snap to the floor, snap to the floor, everything's too high. So 0.33. Snap to the floor. 0.033. actually, I need to make the ground very specifically on the ground, don't I? I can sort the ground out after. Unless the ground is telling me where the floor is. What? Why is the ground down there? Why is the ground at negative 53 metres? Hold on. Current level. Couldn't find a solid floor to snap to. Snap object floor. How to set the level for the floor. Setting up the playable area. Collision shape is a box shape. Okay, that didn't help. What is this box? Oh, this is the whole scene. All right, we can recover this. Let's give it a 0.15. What? Now that's 17 metres. What floor do you think is happening here? Okay. On the ground, to be very clearly a height that I give it, and I'm going to give it 0. 0. 0. That is the height of my game. Now, you can 0 that, slide it over, 0. Let's try. Looks like I'm on the ground. I seem to have fallen down something there. Oh no, maybe not. So the buildings are higher than my floor because I'm swimming. right, the path has a height and it's collidable, it has a solid surface. And I'm cool with it because I want to sort of stay on the path. Any dunking zones will be automatic. I'm going to automate any basketball rings that you come across in the world. You're going to just go near them and it will suck you in for the points. Yeah. All right. Oh, you probably couldn't see that I was swimming through the building bases before. Buildings are higher. The buildings look higher, but they're actually not solid. So end up swimming in the floor, and the footpath is solid, so I'm actually colliding with it. But my guy is not. So I should offset these as well, so I'm colliding with the true floor, not the object. And then those don't need to be solid either. So let me think. Be good if I knew how thick it was. Or if I could set the thickness of the ground to be ground is the collision shape. Depth. No, not right now. That's like an improvement. No, when I first started streaming, one of the earlier episodes, I had a problem where I wasn't using the floor and I was using a box as a floor. What I'm doing here again is basically using a box in the shape of this path to be the floor. But there's no need for me to be the floor as the path. The path should just be a picture, right? And there should be a ground that's not there. So what do I need to do? I need to make this floor more visible. And to hide its base. I'm going to delete these alternative bases. I don't want these anymore. The roads I want invisible for now. Let's get the playable area, which is the ground. I want it to be 0. And now I want the Maybe there's a way that I can align Godot for align objects. Copy the X value. What about snapping? That wasn't snapping. This is snapping. Snap to 0. Can I add a mesh to that? Can I add a base to that mesh? And then can I scale that mesh? Not like that. Like this. Okay, so what I've done now is I've got the floor. I have a floor and I've given it the mesh to look like a path. Let's see what happens. We're swimming in it. So I need to move where that is. We're swimming. So the mesh needs to move down. To where? That's the question. Still swimming. Once I have this, 0.06. Once we have this, it should be cool. Then we'll have something to align everything with. Definitely worth working it out. Full screen now. Still swimming. Yep. Goes a long way that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It just froze. Is it going to crash? What? Where's my cursor? What? I've lost my cursor. Only on the window. Error importing assets fixes man3. I don't need that fixes folder anymore. Gonna get rid of it. Assets, fixes. Error importing everything. Why? Godot problems. Looks like City is saved somehow. That is really weird. Just getting a lot of errors all of a sudden. Not PNG file. Don't really need the PNG PNGs right now. I'm going to try to close it. That's all I can do, unfortunately. Try again. Okay, we're back. So I was still swimming. Needed to be lower. And I'll try again. Just going full screen so I can see better. Oh, the shadow's the giveaway. We're nearly there. Getting a bit of shadow, but it would be good to get more. Error importing. That's an error that I can fix off stream. I feel like we're really close. I'm going in half measures now. Yeah, pretty good. All right. Let's try 0.8, but I was pretty happy with 7.5. Yeah, we're not getting much more shadow. Even feels like it might be floating a bit. There's no shadow there. I'll leave it at 0.8. That's fine, we can leave that. Okay, saving. So that is the Y dimension. Does that align everything well? No, it doesn't, because these obviously have some kind of different scale. Weird. That's fine. That didn't work either. How strange. .32. Yeah, that seam is going, which is good. Seamless. Align it that way and that way. I guess the buildings aren't all the same dimension. Get rid of this stuff. Cool. A, B, B2. Let's get another building in. C. Transform it to 2.5. Set the Y dimension to 0.32. And then just bring it up. quite close. Okay, yeah, this one's different as well. That's okay. We can individually place stuff. Oh, and the scales didn't link. 2.5. So that wouldn't have helped. Weird, eh? Pretty weird. So I could turn off all the buildings if needed. C. Let's add D. Bring it in here, but select it on its own. Scale altogether now. 0.4. That's so weird. What? Oh, okay. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. E. 2.5. Okay, now I might try and bring in just a bit of depth. I will try 90-degree rotation. Tuck that building in there. Give it the same height. -0.25. Move it along to here. And into there. Let me see what happens here. Yep, don't like it. I like that better. Don't love, like it better. And transform that to -90. 2.5. And this will be bookending that little thing, and it will look like an alleyway or something. If these will line up. Yeah, can basically do. Cool. All right, we're getting there. I'll save space for a park or something in here. Okay, I've got 9 minutes left of the stream. Oh, yep, the park. Get some trees, assets and stuff. Scaling and placing assets, that's right. I feel like there was another one that was similar. Could have been it. Yeah, I like the colourfulness of that. No, not yet. That'll do. I don't actually care what the buildings look like at this point. So pretty much today all we got done was a bit of rescaling of the level, which I'm happy about because it needed doing. Next time I want to add some particles coming off the ball in dust as it bounces, and to be putting in, to fill in this background a little bit, it's probably just going to be thick trees, just to give it a bit of finishing depth. Oh, and I'm so close to the end of the level. Oh no, I'm not, because I really should move this along to that, like this. I should go to the end there. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to get it done. And these aren't going to be collidable anyway. They're just there for looks. Eyeballing it from really far away. Yep. Missed the mark on that one. Bring in another identical one right behind it. Knowing now what I know about textures, I thought I could apply more textures, but that's okay. I'm glad that I have a lot of the mechanics of the game sorted now, with the point system, the NPCs moving. This will be a pretty basic two-story. Just give this a little loft. Yeah, that's legit. And what about another little pathway? Because building E has some trash behind it, so does A. So I'm going to put in a building E and face it away. Rotate 90. Okay. And building A has trash behind it as well. .5 and negative 90 for the rotation. And E's got trash behind it. Just bring it close to my path to get its height. And I'm going to send it back. Okay, saving. Let's play. Oh, where's my score gone? I should be able to swim through all of these benches and stuff. I need to fix my score before I finish. I've got 40 seconds. Let's have a look. Ball. Oh, my label is gone. Oh, man. Okay. Add a child. Label. Need to find my label score. That's okay. I definitely have it in a backup somewhere, and I'll continue that next time. For now, thanks again for watching. I'll be back with episode 7 over the weekend probably.